John. Just calling my private investigator, Graeme Aylett, right? And tell him the good news. Hope he's there.
Graeme Aylett.
Graeme, John Wanoa.
Yeah, hi John, how are you?
Okay, I won't take too much time.
Okay.
I think I've got the answer now because of the New Zealand investment laws that allows me to use British law and not the laws here for that land block.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it clearly states that if there's other laws, it's for immigrants who come here from other countries and trade, that they can use their own lawyers from their own countries here with their own law if the government allows it.
Oh, okay.
But because of a superior law of Britain and the fact that we've got a contract with them, then that takes precedence over what they do.
Oh, good stuff.
So all I want to do is this for a start, Graeme, just to let you know that once I get, I'm going up to the police now to take up a shortened up affidavit for Tony Galdenise. I've landed back up on him again.
Oh yeah.
They've gone full circle with the IPCA, the
Complaints Authority, yeah?
Yeah, the independent conduct, what do you call it? Conduct, the police, anyway, Independent Police Conduct Authority. That's Governor General appointed, David Carruthers, that's the lawyer, he's the chairman. So they have written back to me and said, look, you go back to the senior officer in the Auckland Central Police Station and sort it with him. So clearly they have said it's the police private companies and corporate companies who have stepped in as third party.
Okay, and how's that going?
Oh, good, good.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got that sorted. The thing I wanted to do here is this. I'm going to pass it straight over to you as soon as this means to recover debts. But what I want to do for a start, because I'm limited the amount of money I've got, so 2 hours work for you would mean just to come there and escort me onto the land, and then if the police say so, and then you take over from there, then I'll go straight in the bank and get an overdraft.
Yeah, but if I'm right in thinking, Johnny, is this the premises at Cook Street, yeah?
Yeah, I've been through it 2 times now.
You've been trespassed from the...
Yeah, no, that's what I'm contested. It's not in writing. I've been demanding it because the NZPCA, that's the New Zealand Police Conduct Association, she's the boss, she's the debt collector, she what's her name, Shannon Parker. She's the boss of that company with all the police logos over it. She advised me what to do and told me I must get the transcripts of the trespass notice because as far as I'm concerned, I'm contested it and it's nothing yet. I haven't got no written things from them. They won't do it.
Oh, okay.
And
but I need confirmation from the police that you're not trespassed from that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's only a verbal thing. It's not.
Because if I'm acting as your agent, if I'm acting as your agent to serve documents, then if you are trespassed, I'm actually committing the trespass on behalf of you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Because obviously I have to act within the law. Yeah,
no, that's right. I realise that. That's why I'm going back to Tony. Only just that for him, it's up to him to assess the situation and to clear the way, because he cleared the way for me to go onto the land. But the other policemen came in from the other complaints from the public, not from the landowners. And so they got their policemen. I had 2 policemen said to me, go and do it. Don't break the law. So they broke the law, not me. And so I'm contesting the law that they broke. Because they should have checked the Commercial Contracts Act to see why they stopped me from being there legally with the police. The police, I went to Denis CULVERWELL, he's a senior old guy, said, look, you go ahead, but don't break the law. And so I went in there the first time, and then the office girl said, oh, the police said for you to go.
Okay.
And then I said, no, you're not the landowner. It's nothing to do with you. You're a third party now, so I'm sticking you to that. And so I went because of what she said. The police said to go. I've got to get that transcript. And then I went back on the 31st and did it again. And this time she said, oh, I'm ringing the police. I said, well, the police just told me, because I'm giving the police all the information of what I do. I said, I'm going up on the land block now to seize it because I have a right to. And so I've got my documents in order, but they haven't. They haven't even produced for me any written trespass notice or complaint or authority, where they get the authority from over a contract that's in place. I've got my contract in place in Britain, and I'm just reading the rules about the NZ Invest here and investment authority in the government. It states clearly there that I can use the British law instead of their law. It's there. I put it on Facebook. It's sitting right there on beside the video I just made for Tony. I've been making videos for them every step of the way. It's just looking like the police are blocking process of law. And that's what I'm trying to determine here with Tony. It's only him that's his policemen have got in the way between me and the landowners. It should have been the lawyers, the landowners' lawyers, to put me under pressure, not the police. The police have come in because of a private person, not the landowner, a private person on the land block rang into the police and said I'm disturbing the place when I have I've got authority to go there on camera from the police. Everything I've videoed of everywhere I've gone is on camera.
Okay.
And so
I'll have to see confirmation from...
Yeah, no, that's right. I thought I'd check it with you, and then I'll get that clearance from Tony first, so that if... The thing is for me to walk back on the land and then ring you.
Yeah,
I didn't have to...
You want me to serve some documents to the people...
No. It's a police matter. We'll leave that... No, we'll leave that till I get on the land with the police escort, okay?
Yeah, but as I said, we need confirmation from the police that you're not trespassing.
Yeah, that's right. You take over from there because you're licensed to.
Yeah.
Not me. You do all the rest of everything. All I'm doing is clearing with the police the historic part of the what's happened.
Oh, okay, all right.
And that...
You're going up and go to speak to Tony now?
Yeah, I'm going there now.
Okay.
But there's no rush. I'm not rushing things. It's just good that you're there because I can then check with Tony, and then I'll let you know to ring Tony because it's for him, between him and you and me.
Yep.
It's nothing to do with the people on the block. It's only to do with the landowners who are hiding behind the police.
Yeah.
And with the
police would need to email me with...
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So that it's okay.
Yeah. I'll do that. That's right. That's why I don't want you to write to anybody until I cleared with... It's only a police matter now because of what the IPCA said. The Governor General, I might as well say, that's his appointed judges in the IPCA who wrote to me the email, because I can give you the email. They were on my Facebook anyway.
Oh, okay.
Everything is there where it's in public, the whole lot. Yeah. And there's no reason why they're surprised in Britain why the police are holding me up with that land block, because it's none of their business.
Oh, okay.
It's treated as a public complaint. It's nothing to do with the contract.
Yeah.
The contract's already rolling in the High Court over there, which they won't go near.
Okay.
I've just read it now. I've just put the documents from that online now, so people are reading what I'm saying. That gives me the right to use the laws in Britain.
Yeah.
To exercise my right on the land overrides a public complaint.
Yeah.
Yeah, it supersedes, a contract supersedes a public complaint if it's in writing. So I'm putting it in writing to Tony so that he understands. He's got a more idea of the whole what's going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and but I just don't want to create a fuss.
No.
In public. When I went there, I didn't create any fuss. They said go off the land. I said, all right, I'll go off. That's what you say. But I won't break the law by trying to put up something in front of them. If they say go, it means go. But I told him on the video camera that I'll contest his decision. Yeah. That's the policeman who told me to go off. He was acting for them.
Okay. You just need to be careful, John, when you're recording people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you're recording, because if you're in a public place, that's not a problem. But if you're entering buildings and you're recording in buildings, you need the permission of the people you're recording from.
Yeah. So that's why the police told me to stop recording them, because I was right in their face, and because I had no problem.
So that also takes into consideration if you go into a police station. If you go into a police station, you start recording the police station, and without their knowledge, you're committing offences. I've
been doing it right in front of them with the camera going.
Yeah.
And Tony just told me, oh, no more recording. But and until that point in time, I'm not getting arrested or anything, but it's my proof. If I didn't have that, then no one will believe me.
No, I mean, if you're in a public place, that's not a problem at all. You can carry on with your recordings. That's not an issue at all. But as soon as you go into private premises, like buildings, you must seek the permission of everyone in that building.
Yeah, so the thing, what I'm doing here, I'm all right with that now because they've told me and pulled me up about it, so I don't film anymore. I don't need to because it's all over. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, the case is ended.
Okay. Well, once you go up there, if Tony can send me something confirm that that's not in place, then that'd be great. I'll be able to serve those documents for you.
Yes, that's what I'm glad that I've talked to you. So now I can go and methodically go and keep going and finish things with him. It's his way to do now from the government.
Sounds like a plan, John. Well done.
Yeah. All right then. Thanks.
All right, John.
All right, Graeme.
See you in a bit.
Okay.
Cheers,
bye.
Bye.
There you go. I'm glad. Make sure that's off. I'm glad I got my private investigator, Graeme Aylett. You see how I talk to him? We're straight with each other. We know what's happened here from a long time. A long, long time, Tony. He knows as well as I do that there's a fraud in that block of land, but he won't say anything. I just told him I'll pay him just for the 2 hours to get there. And then once he's there, either there with me or without me. But he's shortened it up by getting an email to him. I'm just making this public because it's a big deal that those guys know what they're doing. I don't profess to be a licensed debt collector, but I am a debt collector on file, on the record to Britain. Okay, so I've just put some documents there online that have the right words there on the what is it? There's a site there for New Zealand government site. It's the New Zealand Trade and Enterprise there, NZ Invest across from me here. So that's got export invest by how NZTE can help export. So it's got in there this law I'm talking about. That's to do with land blocks, okay, and people buying real estate and that disputes. It's the disputes tribunal, and I'm just putting these things online for people to see. So that's this is the title here. Choose which set of laws will govern the contract. You see? I'm going to read it to you so that I can explain what I'm trying to say and what I was just trying to say, well, saying to my private investigator, Graeme Aylett, ex-Scotland Yard detective. Okay, he's been here with me, and we have gone over a few things, and I am right up to it. It's that he can serve the documents on those people in there. That's what he just said. You heard him. I don't mind saying that because this is public property and things. We're talking about people here in contracts. So it says here, choose which set of laws will govern the contract. Listen, listen. Regardless of the dispute resolution method you choose, your contract should state which country's law will govern the contract. Okay? I don't have to say it twice. I think you heard it. Under New Zealand law, parties to a contract are generally free to decide which country's laws will apply. The governing law will decide whether a contract has been properly formed, how it will be interpreted, obligations under it, and if those obligations have been breached. You do not need to choose New Zealand law or the local law of the other party. For example, two parties based in New Zealand and Hong Kong could choose English law to govern their contract. The parties might choose to do this if they were not familiar with the other party's laws, but agreed to compromise by choosing another country's laws. Be aware that not all countries allow as much freedom in choosing the governing law. Under New Zealand law, if your contract does not state the governing law, the courts will choose it by identifying a legal system with the closest and most real connection with the transaction. The legal system's laws will then govern the contract and the dispute. Other countries may adopt a different approach. So leaving this up to the court to decide may result in costly uncertainty. You see, I've just stated clearly about 1/61 Cook Street that I was just talking to my private investigator to bring him up to speed. Okay? I'll send him this, and then that solves it, because the higher authority law in the world is the court I'm in the High Court of Admiralty in London. You'll see I put the bench, the King's Court bench there, with me sitting in the seat as the King's High Court of Admiralty judge. Okay? I might not be ticketed here, but I know what I'm doing when it comes to law. Enforcement of foreign decisions. So we won't go into that. I'm just stating quite clearly here that the law that I'm using and the Acts of Parliament, everything from Britain applies to 1/61 Cook Street as the original British UK land title. Okay, that they have corrupted. So they cannot inquire into anything to stop me from seizing that land. That's what I want to get from Tony Geldenhuys, the police. I have a legal right to bill them for standing in my road since the 12th of March 2015. Right till now, the bill has racked up. I'm going up there in a minute to take the affidavit to give to Tony Geldenhuys and tell him my intentions and see if he's going to be standing there to talk to me. Okay, because I've left a message on Friday and today to talk with him, and he has not called me back. You see? So I want to make videos every day if I have to tell you that the police are hanging off, and I'll read the things why they are hanging off with this contract that's over their head from Britain. Okay, so bear with me as I finish this all off with Graeme Aylett. He's up to it, the British side of the law. He'll read it up, what I sent him, and the video of the police. Okay, to Tony Geldenhuys. I'm holding liable now for all of the police in this country, the 13,000 plus police in this country, New Zealand, are billed £1 trillion each a day. You hear that? Did you hear what I just said? That's what it is. There's nothing they can do about it because I'm dictating the law from the judge's seat in the High Court in London, in Devonport, where I'm going to, where I should have been. Okay? So that's my native here, landowner, as the original native landowner. They are holding up my High Court of Admiralty business with King William IV contract with this flag here in the back here. You see there? That is the saviour of Britain and the Pacific Islands and the world for that matter. Okay? So there you go. I've just got him finally with a stroke of luck. I've managed to catch my friend Graeme Aylett. You heard his voice? He's very proficient in what he says. We've had a good talk here. We've gone over everything. It's not as though he doesn't know anything. He does. And he's looking at my stuff online because I can tell. He's looking at the videos and saying, oh, you've got to get permission before you walk in there. No, I'll do it because I have more right to this land than anybody occupying it. All right? I have more right to this land as the King's surrogate partner to talk right over the top of the Queen and her police and their judges and their lawyers. That's why they're silent. That's why they can't say anything to me, because no one's prepared to put any written documents in front of me, because that's what I'm waiting for, to flick it to Britain. They won't, you see? When you won't, you lose. You lose by default of a contract that's between me and those two landowners hiding behind the lawyers and the police. They won't get away with it, because I tell you, the British are watching everything they do, and they will collect the bill. They will collect the bill. They'll be here to collect everything that the Queen has her name on. That's what I've been trying to tell you people, but it's not sinking in. It's taking a long time for your brain to sink it in. From the bits of law I'm pulling out and putting online, you see, because they're not normal things that people would do, is to go into law, like I do, and a few other people. I'm not the only one, but to be effective on what you're doing, who you are, what your name is, surname, where you come from, how long you've been here, who was here before you, and who came, why they're here, and how they got here. All those things are coming out now. And who's banging who up and who's stealing whose land, it's all going to come out. So what the Queen's people are doing is shooting everybody up so they won't find out. Too late. The Moai is watching you everywhere you go. Okay? So once we take this flag off the Queen, it's all over. It is all over because she's using my authority as the King's commercial contract business trading bank flag of sovereignty partner. Yeah, if I missed any bits out, can hang them off the end of that. Okay, so, you know, I'm being very straight up to all you people watching these videos that it's just become second nature now for me to make videos to stress a point in law, at law. Okay? Nothing else, no fancy bits. No fancy bits. It's just me and you and my word against yours. If you can't answer me, it means you're guilty, as I have charged you. Okay? There's no one leaping up and down trying to defend themselves. When you can't defend yourself against another person in contract law, you lose. That's the law. Simple. Nothing else. You don't need all the fancy UCCs and everything else. If I accuse somebody and they can't defend themselves without going to the court, because it's a waste of time going to court, they won't have any jurisdiction either. Right? They don't have jurisdiction over something higher. And I've just read it to you. I just read it to you. Simple. It's simple as that. If you can prove the other end, and prove this in, that's the deal. Okay? Now, anybody else who can come anywhere near that with the Queen stuff is going to find yourself down here. All right? You're going to find yourself with a broken flag, a broken heart, and a broken contract, and broken laws, because that's what they were meant to do, is break their laws. Make the law and then break it. You cannot break King William and Moai's laws. Right? You cannot break them just like that and say, oh, it'll go away. Oh, we made a mistake. Oh, sorry, we won't do it again. We'll just recommend something else. No, no, no. When you break this law, you'll lose everything. All your property, everything, by your rings. Okay? I'm telling you now, I'm making this public statement that I will get Aylett to grab and seize everything. Seize a lot. Tough. That's the King's law. Tough. You will lose everything if your name's down in the box with the Queen's and John Key's and everybody else's name that's in the box. Once your name hits the box in Britain, you're gone. You're gone. There'll be somebody around to pick up everything you own, to complete everything, and seize it back into the King's Royal Revenue creditor's account. Okay? Including the Queen's stuff. Anybody with the Queen's stuff, the Rothschilds here, all their property, gone. Back to the people. This is the people's court. People, the common law court for the people. Okay? And God's law. Truth. Don't lie in this court. Now I'm going into the Westminster over there. I'll be going in there, right? I'll be going in there, marching there with Scotland and the First Prime Minister and Alex Salmond to audit the books. And that's when they'll go dirty. They're going dirty now in America. That's the Queen doing that. Going dirty and shoot everybody up, kill everybody, poison them. That's what their oath says. That's what their oath of office says. The Jesuits, the Queen is the Jesuit, head of the Jesuits. Right? The Black Pope went because he was the head of the Jesuits. You see? He went to save his neck. And Pope Mario Guglio, Gorgi Mario Bergoglio, he's the white Pope, the Pope that's there now. He'll be running for his life soon. Right? Okay? He'll be running for his life. But I'm just telling you, all of the Queen's stuff with her head on it is at stake now. Is at stake to lose. Okay, thank you very much. We'll catch you later. And I better get this affidavit up to Tony Galvin Hayes at the